We're back. This is Interstellar Chats, and this is Carlene Saelg with Kristin Anderson and James. Hello, you guys. I'm so glad to be here again. This time we are basically talking about starseeds and healers and psychics and anybody who feels, I don't know, like they're just maybe called to do the work or called to feel or get into more of that spiritual essence of themselves, those multidimensional experiences, but also those who might be feeling a little cut off or restricted in some way, or something's just not flowing. We want to let you know that you have support, even with us, this little channel that we are here. This podcast is here for you, to support you and to give you whatever it is you feel like you need going forward. We are spiritual leaders. We have courses, we have online instruction, we have in-person instruction where we help people. But beyond that, we just want this podcast to be of an easy, deliverable way that we can support you. So with that being said, we're just going to dive in. If you are a starseed or a psychic or a healer or any of those things, this episode is for you. Awesome.
Carlene, what's a starseed?
Oh, great question. That sounds so corny, like we're a kids show, but this is perfect, because sometimes we talk about things and we don't realize we're talking language that some other people may not even know what a starseed is. If you're brand new to this, to our world, to just finding or awakening and opening your eyes to this new experience, you may not know what a starseed is, right? So a starseed is really anyone who feels, when they are just going about their life, that there is more. There is so much more to this experience of being human and living this life, living lessons to their existence, their experience. And they know that they come from somewhere else, that they have a connection to either a star system or an ET extraterrestrial species or what have you, just something that they know, people know. I know I'm a starseed. James, I believe you think you're a starseed.
It's about a longing, it's a longing that for more, you belong to something more is what it is.
Truly. And Kristin, you absolutely are a starseed. We know that.
Yeah, I always felt like, even when I was a kid growing up, I just felt completely out of place, like I just didn't belong.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the signs.
Yeah.
100%. If you feel like you don't belong, that there are people around you that just don't get you, it's probably because you're a starseed. You already come in meaning born, having this life, this incarnation, where you already have all this wisdom, this knowledge, this connection to the other realms, or even spirit guides or entities that you just know are around you. And you're able to have this communication, this knowing, this able to sense that there's something else, something more. And you can easily tap into it where others may not understand it or may not want to acknowledge it. So if you have a parent who may also be a starseed and they just don't want to acknowledge it because they don't understand or they have fear surrounding it, but you're opening up, know you're supported. And you can always come here to this channel, to this podcast, to these three wonderful people, and we will support you. We will give you whatever it is that we can offer. And we will even have Q&A sessions. So maybe one of these days we will go live and we'll promote it so that when we have enough people that are liking and following this channel, that you can come on live and ask us questions in the comments, and we'll be able to answer them live for you.
That'd be so cool.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just do it for yourself. You call in your people, you set the intention, and you call in your people. When I first moved to McKinney, I had no community. It just didn't feel like my community. And I sat down and I wrote on a list of things that I wanted to do. And I called in my people. and I wanted to find my people, and that's what I asked to do, and they found me. It just happened, and
Right.
Carlene, you were one
I
of
was
them.
one of them. That's right. You set the intention and I answered the call. And it's funny that there was an intermediary there, right? So one of our
Absolutely.
mutual friends is actually the one who was able to bring us together and
Uh-huh.
start a little community of us Starseeds. And we got together and started supporting ourselves.
Yes, and absolutely. And the person that connected us connects many people too. And so it's our spiritual community has really grown. But it's been really natural too, how it's all happened.
It is. And I think that that's part of this journey too, is when you say find your people, who do you resonate with? Who gets you? And if you're around people who don't get you and they're just not resonating, it's okay to walk away and
It's
find
okay.
other people. And
Yes.
sometimes that requires us as human beings to say, I'm going to put forth some effort. I'm going to set the intention. I'm going to find my people. And you have to take some action, right? You absolutely can't just sit back and not do anything. You have to go out and meet new people and just, get out there in an easy kind of way where you're meeting new people and you'll realize, oh, I really resonate with this person. I'm going to go have a coffee with them, or I'm going to go have lunch with them or whatever. And you just start building a relationship. And listen, this is what it's all about. We have to get out there and build community. And as we are building this little community and others are building their own little communities, and then we come together on an online platform or an in-person platform and it grows from there, we are then tapping into the greater collective, which is unity consciousness, right? That's how it builds.
I mean, we could have a community just within our little community, and anybody who's listening, that every night we meet at the Great Pyramid.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm just going to throw it out there because that could be really, really cool.
That could be fun.
That could be.
Yeah, I love that, Carlene, about community, because that's really what we need. I feel like we've been so separated, and our experiences have been just kind of our own, because there wasn't really much out there to really base a conversation on. That was the time of keeping that kind of stuff to yourself. Otherwise you're a weirdo, right?
Yeah.
But now, like, the weirdos are coming out, and the experiences are getting more and more prevalent. The younger people are coming in more and more connected. So they're not even having to excavate, they're there already. So I think that also is really, really amazing to see. But if you're not already connected and you're going through maybe some hardship, right? That's another sign of being a healer, is when your life just has a lot of drama and trauma. You are the one who's being called to stop the cycle, to step up and cut that cord. I'm just saying, it could be you.
I like that. I'm just saying it could be you.
It could be you. It could be you.
It does seem like there's a lot of healers do suffer. So the lady that I first learned Reiki from, that I did first degree Reiki with, had mentioned that to me, that many healers often suffer in their own way, and that is really just the awakening of the healer within them.
I've heard that actually too, and that resonates, because I've heard it called the healer's curse, or the what was the other thing that I heard? It was something along those same lines of some kind of generational trauma that has to do with being a healer. But it's, the witch's wound.
The witch wound.
The witch wound, right? So it's the healer's curse, the witch wound. And there's probably other several names that it's called. But it definitely is a real thing, because we have to, like you said, Kristin, we have to rise above. We have to stop the cycle. We have to cut the cord. We have to just learn the lesson and step into that role where we know our power. And that's really what it's all about, is really embodying that power that we've always had, but either we're denied, we self-deny it, or we've always been told, you don't see what you see, you don't feel what you feel, you don't hear what you hear. And it's been, other people have been denying our gifts. So we're confused and we're untethered and we don't know how to ground. So we don't know what, all these different things. So if that's you, know that we've all gone through this in some way or another in this lifetime or a past lifetime. And now is the time to clear all the garbage and just really truly get in touch with energy work and energy medicine and move energy through your body, but also heal those places that you feel resistance. When you feel the resistance, there's something that needs to be addressed in your physical body usually. But when we have a physical ailment or a physical, disease or ache or pain or whatever it is, it's usually stemming from some energetic thing that likely happened either in another lifetime or this lifetime to help us step into our role. And we just have to heal that, right? And it's sad that some of us have to experience pain on a daily basis, and some of us can feel it and move it through without it affecting us too badly, What do you think?
Well, it is sad, but it also, I think to look at it just neutrally, because it just is.
What did you say?
I just think it is sad, but if you just look at it neutrally, there's not a judgment of sadness on it. Sometimes, it's just sadness always has such a bad rap,
Right?
I mean, who doesn't like a sad song? So you can get wrapped into sadness, I think. And I've noticed that actually a lot of like my favorite songs, I'm like going, can I find a happy song? Actually, most of my songs are sad songs. And I'm like, why am I singing this? It's like, I'm supporting sadness is what it almost feels like sometimes. But I don't know. Sometimes I think our words are magic. And so we should be paying attention to what it is we're saying.
Absolutely. I love this saying, don't say anything you don't want to be true.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. But yeah, your words are your spells, and all those songs matter. I actually stopped listening to songs with words for a good 6 years straight. I just didn't listen to anything. And I wasn't watching TV or the news or any shows or any music that had words. So basically it was classical or
cool.
improvisational jazz.
Oh, that's cool.
That was it.
It's interesting. It's very interesting that you're saying this, because I noticed also in my journey that I was always listening to and resonating with music and different genres and never really had a specific one type of style of music that I listened to and all that kind of stuff. But then there was a period of time of probably about 8 or 9 years, maybe even longer, where I didn't listen to music at all. Just didn't listen to it, like in the car, in the house, just didn't listen to music. And I don't know if that was like a cleansing or a reset or something, because now it's like, I want more music in my life. I want to listen to stuff. And it brings me so much joy when I am, and going to concerts again, where I used to go to concerts all the time. And then there was just 8 or 9 years where that just didn't happen. And now it's happening again.
There was like a span of time where it was overload. I just couldn't handle it. I was like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you talking about anything. And then even the structure So there's, song structure with
Mhm.
the verse and the refrain and the verse and the bridge and the
And the
verse and the
chorus.
refrain and the chorus. Yeah. And I was just like, no, I can't. It was like 8 count, too many 8 counts. And then that's it. I just was like, no structure. That's when I stopped classical, even because classical also has a structure.
Mhm.
And that's when I went improvisational jazz, because that has like no structure.
Mhm.
It's just whatever they feel like playing, whenever they feel like playing it. It's kind of crazy all over the place. But that was the only thing that I could actually listen to, that and solfeggio frequencies.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I was looking at frequencies too. Like, I'll just say, I want to listen to the frequency of love, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the binaural beats and the gamma waves and even the alpha waves. And, it's something about it is affecting our bodies and upgrading us without even really realizing that that's what's happening.
Right. The
Yeah.
frequency of the planet. Mhm.
Hmm. So with that, we really want to just let the audience know, we want to let you know that we're here to support you. If you have questions, please put them in the comments and we will, like I said, do a live Q&A at some point. But for now, we just want to let you know you are not alone. And with that, Kristin is going to pull a tarot card, some kind of oracle card for you from her special deck. And why don't you tell us about it and tell us what you're going to do?
All right, so I'm just going to pull a card for all the listeners and watchers, all the watch and listen from this deck. It's called the Thoth Tarot, and it has a lot of pieces. It has astrology and Kabbalah and astronomy and numerology, and then the traditional tarot. So I'm not really good. Don't have them memorized, but I will look up the reading and I will tell you all about it.
Great. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, for all our listeners and all of our watchers, let's see what we have here. We have, oh, well, there's not too much of a secret here. Can you see that?
I can, but I can't really truly make out what it is.
It is abundance.
Okay.
You guys, 3 of Cups. Let
There's
me
3
read.
of us.
What was that?
There's 3 of us.
Oh my gosh, there's 3 of us, you guys.
Yes,
Okay.
so while you're looking that up, I just want to really quickly tell the audience about the significance of having 3, right? So when you are, let's say you're a solo meditator, and then you have the good fortune to get someone else to meditate with you, you multiply that energy and that frequency. Once you get a third person in there, or a third anything, let's just say third person where you're meditating, it now is infinity. Like it just goes out into the universe. You're able to really truly multiply and multiply on itself over and over. And we call that the power of 3, but it is so much greater than just 3. And what did you come up with in your
No, that is so interesting. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that about 3, but that makes sense because also we are 3, right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Our hybrid being.
And
Okay,
when I
3
love to do collaborations, I like to do them with at least 3 people.
Hey, all right, it's all coming together. All right, 3 of Cups, abundance. This is great. The spiritual basis of fertility. And that's us right now, isn't it? We're fertile, we're spiritual. Plenty, hospitality, pleasure, sensuality, success, love, kindness, and bounty. The good things in life, while they are to be enjoyed, are also transient and cannot be relied on. So this is kind of saying we have the spiritual basis of fertility.
Yeah. And
Not
this is a
necessarily-
birthing of a new community, a birthing of a new, I don't know, a new age, if you will, where people are starting to come together more in unity and be like, I want to do more for the goodness of humanity and not
Yes.
just for myself.
Yes, that's
Right?
that's literally what this is about.
And I love that you said that it should not be relied on, because if we are more in a multidimensional world, a multidimensional experience, economy is a fragment of our imagination, right? So we don't need to rely on finances or money system, right? It's the abundance of love and energy and community and relationships and all the things that make us more of who we are as a multidimensional human.
Hospitality, plenty, sensuality, pleasure, all of these things are not necessarily earthly, material pleasures. They're more spiritual pleasures, because you can find pleasure anywhere.
Yeah, this is true.
Anywhere. You don't have to have stuff. And this is basically saying the good things in life, which I would equate to stuff here, they're to be enjoyed, but they're transient and can't be relied on. So we have spiritual abundance.
Yes, I love that. And if you, our viewers, are listening and that resonates, this is a reading for all of us. So it's for you just as much as it's for us. So I hope you got something out of that.
And if you're very familiar with the Thoth deck and you have some more insight on this card, please drop it in the comments, because I'd love to know.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Please tell us all of your expertise and knowledge and what's going on in your spiritual world. We want to know. Put it in the comments, like and share this video, show it to someone else you think might resonate with. We want to gather up a community and really get bigger here so that we can have an effect on humanity and not just grow a channel. Anyone can grow a channel.
Right? So right up here, I don't know if you can see that little symbol.
I can see it.
You see it?
Uh-huh.
That is the symbol for Mercury.
Oh.
And Mercury, the planet or the god, well, each god is connected to a planet, but Thoth would be also Mercury, also Odin, also who's the other great god?
Hermes.
Hermes, thank you. Hermes Trismegistus. These are all the same guy. And it's the traveler between the spiritual world and the earthly world. He can go both places. He can go above and below. And so when you're looking for abundance here, you can always talk to Mercury. And then on the very bottom, see, this is why these cards are very confusing. There's a tiny little symbol right down here. It's not that they're confusing. They're just packed with robust layers of information. That's a little Cancer sign down there.
Oh, okay.
And Cancer is like emotional depth, right? So there you go.
I don't know astrology in depth, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know it in depth either. So if I'm wrong, put it in the comments.
Okay, with that, thank you so much for tuning in today for another interstellar chat with Carlene and Kristin and James. And we will see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.